Hey Sarah, how are you? It's been ages.
Emily, it's so good to see you. I'm doing well, just trying to survive this crazy thing called life.
How about you? How's the new job going?
It's been hectic but exciting. I'm learning so much. But you know how it is with a new job, new city, new apartment. My finances are a bit of a mess right now.
Oh, tell me about it. Managing money can be tough, especially with all the temptations out there. Between you and me, I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I don't even have a budget. I know, it's bad.
You're kidding, right? You always seemed so organized with everything.
That's just it. I thought I was. But without a plan, my spending has been all over the place. I need to get a grip on my finances before things spiral out of control.
You're absolutely right. Creating a budget is the first step towards taking control. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a clear picture of your income and expenses.
Okay, so how do I actually create a budget?
Do I need a fancy spreadsheet or something?
Nope, a simple list will do. Start by writing down all your sources of income, your salary, any side hustles, etc. Then list down all your expenses, categorized as needs and wants.
Needs are the essentials like rent, groceries, utilities.
Wants are things like dining out, entertainment, that cute pair of shoes you've been eyeing.
Oh, so that's where I've been going wrong. I've been treating too many wants as needs.
Exactly. Tracking your spending is the first step towards financial freedom. The key is to track your spending for a month or two to see where your money is actually going. This means noting down every single expense, no matter how small. From your morning coffee to your monthly rent, every penny counts. You can use a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even just a notebook. The method doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Find a system that works for you and stick with it.
Once you have a clear picture of your spending habits, you can set realistic limits for each category. This means understanding your needs versus your wants. For example, you might find that you're spending too much on dining out and can cut back to save more. And remember, it's okay to adjust your budget as needed. Your financial situation can change, and your budget should reflect that. Maybe you get a raise, or perhaps an unexpected expense comes up. Flexibility is key. Life throws curveballs, and your budget should be flexible enough to adapt. This way, you won't feel stressed or overwhelmed when things don't go exactly as planned.
This is actually making so much sense now. By tracking every expense, I can see where my money is going and make better financial decisions. I never realized how important it is to be mindful of every dollar I spend. It's not just about saving money, but also about understanding my spending habits and making informed choices.
It's all about being conscious and making informed choices. When you know where your money is going, you can make adjustments that align with your financial goals. Once you have a budget in place, you'll be amazed at how much money you can save without feeling deprived. It's about making small changes that add up over time, leading to a more secure financial future. So start today. Track your spending, create a budget, and watch your savings grow. Every penny truly does count. As they sipped their coffee, Sarah leaned in again. Speaking of saving, you absolutely need to build an emergency fund.
An emergency fund? What's that? Emily inquired, her brow furrowed in confusion.
Or job loss, Sarah explained, her voice filled with emphasis. Car repair. It's a stash of money set aside specifically for unexpected expenses, like a medical bill.
Oh wow, I've never really thought about that, Emily admitted, her eyes widening in realization.
Ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved up, Sarah replied.
It seems like a lot, but trust me, it's worth it for the peace of mind it brings.
Start small, maybe set aside a small amount from each paycheck, Sarah advised. You can even automate the transfers to your savings account so you don't even have to think about it.
And remember, building an emergency fund takes time, she added encouragingly. The important thing is to start somewhere and stay consistent.
You're right, Emily agreed, nodding thoughtfully. Having that financial safety net would definitely make me feel more secure about the future. Once you've got your emergency fund sorted, you can start thinking about investing, Sarah said, her eyes twinkling with excitement.
Isn't that something only financial experts do? Investing? Emily echoed, her tone laced with uncertainty. That sounds complicated and risky.
There are plenty of resources available to help beginners get started. Not at all, Sarah laughed. Investing is one of the best ways to grow your money over time, and it's not as complicated as you might think.
But isn't it risky? Emily questioned, her voice still laced with a hint of apprehension.
Every investment carries some level of risk, but there are ways to manage it, Sarah explained patiently. She emphasized that understanding your risk tolerance is crucial. Risk tolerance is essentially how much risk you are willing to take on in your investments. Some people are comfortable with high-risk investments that have the potential for high returns, while others prefer low-risk investments that offer more stability.
The key is to diversify your investments, which basically means spreading your money across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, and real estate. Diversification helps to reduce risk because if one investment performs poorly, others may perform well, balancing out the overall performance of your portfolio.
Stocks represent ownership in a company, bonds are like loans you give to the government or a company, and real estate is, well, property, Sarah explained, ticking them off on her fingers. Each of these asset classes has its own set of risks and rewards. Stocks can offer high returns but are also more volatile. Bonds are generally safer but offer lower returns. Real estate can provide steady income through rent but requires significant capital to start.
There are also mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, which are like baskets of stocks or bonds that allow you to invest in a diversified portfolio without having to pick individual securities, she added. Mutual funds are managed by professionals who make investment decisions on your behalf, while ETFs are traded on stock exchanges and can be bought and sold like individual stocks.
Wow, I had no idea there were so many options. It seems overwhelming at first, but with some research and perhaps the help of a financial advisor, you can find the right mix of investments that suit your goals and risk tolerance. Where do I even begin? Start by setting clear financial goals, understanding your risk tolerance, and educating yourself about the different investment options available. From there, you can create a diversified portfolio that aligns with your financial objectives. Before you even think about investing, you need to tackle any high-interest debt you have, Sarah cautioned, her voice firm.
Debt can be a major roadblock to achieving your financial goals.
I know, Emily sighed, her shoulders slumping slightly. I've got some credit card debt that's been hanging over my head for a while now. The interest rates are killer.
Credit card debt is the worst, Sarah exclaimed, shaking her head in agreement. Those high interest rates can quickly snowball out of control if you're not careful.
So what can I do about it? Emily asked, her voice laced with a mix of frustration and hope.
The first step is to stop using your credit cards and create a plan to pay down the debt as quickly as possible, Sarah advised, her tone firm but encouraging. She emphasized the importance of understanding your spending habits and identifying areas where you can cut back. It's not just about paying off the debt, she said, but also about preventing new debt from accumulating. Consider transferring your balance to a card with a lower interest rate. This can significantly reduce the amount of interest you pay over time, making it easier to pay off your debt faster. Look for cards that offer 0% interest on balance transfers for an introductory period, but be mindful of any transfer fees that might apply, or consolidating your debt with a personal loan, she suggested. This can simplify your payments by combining multiple debts into one monthly payment, often at a lower interest rate. It's important to shop around and compare loan offers to find the best terms for your situation. And make sure you're making more than just the minimum payments each month. Paying only the minimum can keep you in debt for years and cost you a lot in interest. Aim to pay as much as you can afford each month to reduce your principal balance faster. Another important thing is to live within your means. This means creating a realistic budget and sticking to it. Track your income and expenses to see where your money is going and identify areas where you can cut back. Avoid impulse purchases and prioritize your spending on essentials. It's easier said than done, but it's crucial for avoiding debt and building a solid financial foundation. Start by setting financial goals, both short-term and long-term, and create a plan to achieve them. This will help you stay focused and motivated on your journey to financial freedom.
You're right, Emily agreed, nodding thoughtfully. She realized that taking control of her finances would require discipline and commitment, but she was ready to make the necessary changes. I need to break free from this cycle of debt and take control of my finances once and for all. Emily felt a renewed sense of determination and hope, knowing that with the right strategies and mindset, she could achieve financial stability and peace of mind.